Good morning, everyone. Pam Jacobson here, your host of Three Things You Need to Know. Welcome to the show today. Last week, we kicked off the new year kind of a little bit late. I know it was a couple weeks in, but it was the holidays and I had taken a little time off. And we talked about rejuvenating, resetting, restarting, getting 2021 off to a good start. And I promised you this week I would give you more details, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So for those of you who are new, just joining us, Happy New Year. Please, take some time at some point and look back at the shows that we've done in the past. I think you'll find a lot of great information for helping yourself get reset and rejuvenated for this new year. I don't know about all of you. We're, 50% of the way in on the first year, our first month of the new year. And it's not quite turning out to be the grand new year that I thought it would be. It's been personally extremely stressful for me. And all of you are very clearly aware that globally and nationally, things are also very stressful for us. So I want to just take a moment and, really impress upon all of you that regardless of where you're at currently, whether the pandemic or the national political crisis or any of those things are directly noticeably impacting you or not, I have to say that the global and national stress in the world is absolutely compounding the daily personal stress for every single person. Whether you recognize it or not, the impact of these stressors on us is tremendous in terms of our physical, our mental, and our emotional health. So I don't want you to take that lightly. And sometimes I think that can happen. I was speaking to a patient the other day and she said, well, I'm retired, I'm financially set. This isn't really impacting me in any way. I'm not concerned about, but it is, right? It is an energetic change in the world, in our communities, in our local environments that absolutely will impact your health and, physical and mental and emotional well-being. So I want to make sure that you pause for a moment and understand the critical nature of that, which makes what I'm going to talk about in terms of getting yourself on a good track for this new year and really focusing on the resetting and the rejuvenation of important body systems so that we can weather and endure whatever's coming our way. I'm sure, like most things, that we will have equal good with the challenges. But for me, it's important, I think, to have a plan, to know that I'm personally doing all that I can, all the things that I have control over, that I am responsibly and personally doing those things on a daily basis. It will definitely make my ability to have the stamina to endure what's coming, as well as the ability to recognize and enjoy all of the silver linings and the good things. So last week I talked about, there's the word detoxification. To me, it's a little bit of a scary word, actually, because it's like, wow, am I like full of these toxin things? And what are they? And how did I get them? And I don't particularly like the word. I think it conjures up all kinds of strange programs and things that you drink and you poop out stones. And certainly there is that aspect to it. But what I'm really talking about, even when I'm using the word detoxification, is supporting your body to do what it already is capable of doing. It's just that the capacity is challenged and sometimes limited by the things that we either do or don't do on a daily basis. So why do we need to detox? Why do we need to reset? Well, we've just come into a brand new year off of what was for most of us a very challenging year. We just came through the holidays. So many of us indulged in perhaps not the best nutritional practices, maybe more sugar, and more foods, high carbohydrate foods we would normally eat. Certainly, I already talked about the impact of the stressors. Sleep seems to be an issue for many of my patients nowadays. And many of us are more sedentary. I know for myself, I'm more sedentary now than I ever have been because I'm sitting at home working rather than up and moving around in an office like I did in the past. And then there really truly are those exposures. There's no question about it. We are bombarded on a daily basis by every kind of exposure you can think of: electrical, chemical, other types of biotoxins, viruses, bacteria, bombarded. But that's not necessarily new, right? That's many of those things have been around for, for eons. And our physical bodies are evolved in such a way that they do have multiple systems for dealing with these types of toxins. But the reality is, the more poor your diet is, the more poor your sleep is, the more sedentary you are, the more stressed you are, the less capable your body systems are of being able to properly clean up and rejuvenate and repair the body. So, what I'm talking about here is really a customized program or approach to helping your body come back online in a maximum way to be able to deal with all of the bombardment that we're getting on a daily basis. So, your body does this through multiple systems, as I mentioned: kidney, liver, your gut, your lymphatic system are all part and parcel of your body's ability to keep itself clean and detoxified. But as I said, these systems can be negatively impacted by all of those things I already mentioned, particularly stress. So, what am I proposing then that you should do about it, right? Well, there's definitely some things that you could start doing right away without anybody's help that can make a huge difference, right? Increase your hydration, your water intake, make sure it's filtered water. Grace and I will be interviewing each other in the next couple of weeks and talking about that. Her husband is a water engineer, and they've developed an amazing water system. So we're going to talk about that. For those of you who are clients of the Healing Sanctuary, it's the same system we used in our office. I have it here in my home. But it's important for the water to be filtered, however you're doing that. 3 to 4 liters, so 3 liters to a gallon of water a day. I challenge you, right? There's a lot of these water challenges going on. Join one, because it is one of the most important ways that you can help your body detoxify itself. And there's some amazing benefits for your skin. And I just can't tell you enough how important hydration is. Optimizing your sleep. Allow for those 8 hours, guys. Go to bed at 10 or no later than 11, and allow yourself 8 hours in bed. Make sure your room is devoid of things that are going to interrupt your sleep. Make it cool, make it quiet. I wear earplugs when I go to bed. Make it dark. Cover your windows if there's lights outside. Those are important. You can use things like melatonin if you have a hard time falling asleep. And I really recommend using some type of powdered magnesium in water, or take a magnesium type bath at bedtime. Those can really help relax that neuromuscular system. Move your body every day, every single day, whether it's just walking out in the sunlight. One of the best, I think, easiest exercises is to buy a rebounder, a little mini trampoline, put it next to your desk, and get on that thing every hour for like 4 or 5 minutes. The bouncing or the walking on a rebounder squeezes the lymph system in a way that most other exercise doesn't. So it can be very helpful for movement of your lymphatic system, which is really one of your very important detoxification systems. And clean up your diet. The holidays are over, guys. It's a new year. Clean up your diet, right? So there's a lot of ways that you could do that. Certainly, if diet is going to be part of your program, we'll discuss that in the consultation, and I'll give you those details in a minute. But a very simple approach would be to just, go do the Whole30 diet for 30 days, or look up the Mediterranean diet and simply just follow the principles of the Mediterranean diet. But basically cut out the sugar and the junk in the diet, and add more veggies. And but clean up your diet. Of course, that is a major way to get the nutrient density that we need for our bodies to repair themselves. So those are some things you can start doing right away, with or without any special program. For those of you who need more than that, or want more than that, then what Dr. Grace Soltinsky, who is my partner, and I are proposing is, we've spent the last few weeks talking about how are we going to help our clients kick off the new year from a health perspective. And we talked about specific programs that we like. There's so many reset programs, detox programs, dietary programs out there, and there's a lot of good ones. But the reality is they're all a bit different. They all have a little bit of a different focus, and they're not necessarily the best thing for every single person. And what we really wanted, and many of them only focus on certain pieces, like maybe it's just a liver cleanse, or it's a digestive repair program, or, and the reality is that when you're looking to repair, rejuvenate, detox, you need to involve all of the systems, and you need to really address the inputs, the reason why you have a problem with these systems to begin with, things like your sleep and your stress response management and so forth. So what we're proposing is a customized approach, a personalized approach, something that is very specific to you. Because one of the questions I get very frequently from my clients is, well, what's the best detox program? Well, I don't know. I don't know what's the best detox program for you until I've had a chance to evaluate what your goals are, what your needs are, what your existing issues are. Then we can really get down to brass tacks. So Grace and I spent a lot of time thinking about this, and we came to the conclusion that the best thing to do is to offer you a free consultation over the phone or via Zoom. And we have a questionnaire that you would fill out prior to that would give us some insight. And we would have a consultation with you to determine what's the best approach for you. What kind of diet, what kind of supplementation, what kind of program do we need to work on the liver? Do we need to work on weight loss? Do we need, and we would be able to help you assemble that program. And then more importantly, support your success. And that is also something you do not see in these off-the-shelf boxed type of programs. They're not customized to you, and you get no support for being able to stay on track, get your questions answered, deal with maybe certain symptoms that you might have throughout the process, and just have generally somebody to keep you accountable. So we feel like this is going to be an amazingly great approach for getting all of you on track in the way that you need it. So that's the plan. Now, so how do you get involved in this? Very simply, I put in the chat area here the email address for the Healing Sanctuary, which is front desk at the Healing Sanctuary, OC, don't forget the OC.com. You just simply need to drop us an email and say, hey, I'm interested. We will then send you the questionnaire that you'll fill out and return, and then we will schedule a free consultation to go over the questionnaire and help you determine what is the best program for you. So it's very simple. You also can call and leave a message if you prefer. I did put the phone number there. For those of you watching this that are already in the Healing Sanctuary database and get our regular email communication, I will also be emailing to all of you the details and links for you to be able to get involved in the program. For those of you who are not in the database and want to be there, again, you can contact us. You can leave a message here for me in the chat box for this show, but you can also just reach out to us at front desk at thehealingsanctuary.com or give us a call. So I hope that you all will partake and get your 2021 off to the best possible start so that you are physically, mentally, and emotionally prepared for what looks like it will be, I think, a challenging, but also a hugely positively opportunistic time in our lives to step up and be everything that we can be. So we are here to help you with that. So please reach out. Please take advantage. At the very least, you get a free consultation and at least understand what you could do better to help yourself. And I've already given you a short list today of things you could start right away. So I look forward to speaking with you. I will be continuing the show every Wednesday at 9 a.m., just like I've been doing for weeks now. And you'll get to meet Dr. Gray soon. We'll do some interviews together, and we'll take you all through the next several weeks of what does it mean to reset, rejuvenate, detox. We'll share our personal experiences with our own programs. Grace is actually starting a pretty aggressive detox program. So we'll have a lot of really wonderful information to share with you. So until then, everyone, take care. Have an amazing week. And please reach out to us front desk at thehealingsanctuaryoc.com. Talk to you soon.